Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity.
Hey.
So in between episodes, I came to the town to pick up more camping supplies and also to clean up my stash a little bit. And I've decided, rather than heading back to Endless Paths, we're going to go ahead and finish up
Hey.
this quest line and see if it ends Act 2. So I need to go to Brackenberry, back to Dunrid Row.
Gorge.
Oh, and more assassins. Alright, let's take care of them.
Be constant.
Take advantage of the
Gorge.
fountain. Okay, do I see an obvious caster? I do not. Or can't maybe get close enough.
What? Yes? Thank you.
We'll try to clean up the periphery. Yeah, try to clean up some of this periphery first, just so that the tanks really are dealing with what they need to deal with. I think I will go ahead and use accuracy. I just slept, so I'm kind of trying to be a little bit conservative in my spell use. Ooh. Well, that's fine. Oh, maybe I should have repositioned. That's unfortunate. Oops. They've got pretty good defense against Will. That's surprising, actually. And clean up.
Don't even slowing it down!
Hey.
Cool. People want me dead.
Hey.
And more Wataka hoods. And people want me dead.
Hey.
The Leaden Key really wants me dead.
How fares your search? Well, let's hear it. I had feared they might be involved in Widewind's legacy. It seemed too extreme even for them. How naive I've been. The Leaden Key's conspiracy is clear now. They have used Engwithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy, and they want people to blame Animancy for it. As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against Animancy. When they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time. I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed. However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in. See what you can arrange. What of them? We would only do that as a last resort. Walking in with one of the 3 invited groups puts you in a position of influence. Walking in alone as a representative of Dunreed Row would earn you distrust among all the rest. It seems our organization has a reputation for nosiness and manipulation, for whatever reason. It would be best if people did not see Dunreed Row's hand in this. Easier for them to embrace the truth. Avar is many things to many people, and that is why he sits the throne. To the frontiersmen, he is one of their own. To the patriotic, he is a sole descendant of Admeth Hadrit. To the nobility, he is from an old and established family. All of these are half-truths or exaggerations, a tale he has spun around himself. The man behind the tale may not be the greatest mind in Deerwood, but he knows people. He knows when they are sincere and when they lie. He knows when they are strong and when they are weak. The other matters he leaves to me. Outwardly, he prefers to come off a bit of a simpleton. Don't be fooled. Before he was a duke, he was a trapper, and an excellent one at that.
Okay, so I guess we get to go ask House Dominal for their support. I wonder, since some of the other people think we're hero status, if we could actually get invited by more than one group,
Hey.
or only the group that we've aligned with. I'm not sure. But it's convenient that House Domino is just right here, so we'll just ask them.
Hey. Hey.
Okay. We have this. Okay. I need to go tell Lady Webb about it before I go straight there. So welcome to Hiking Simulator 2015 from Obsidian Entertainment. Oops, this way. It wouldn't be so bad if these load screens were just a little bit faster. I'm just impatient. I get more impatient as I get older.
How fares your search? I've told you everything you need to know.
But not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Row, I had many suitors. These were fine-looking men of good stock, but I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive. Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them. And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He knew me at a glance, told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming, but he was all I ever wanted. We made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive. And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica. Using my gift for the leaden key still felt like a game to me, so I did it. I did it because it pleased him. I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the leaden key was created to hide. But Theos was unyielding. One day I disappeared without a word. He would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came. He has left me to wonder. I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts. And that is truly everything I can tell you about Theos. I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith. What of them? Unlikely as it may seem, House Dominel is as much responsible for maintaining the peace as the Crucible Knights. The Duke understands this, and he will hear you out if they are with you. You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the Leaden Key, and Theos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there. What of them?
Hey.
Okay, let's get over to First Fires and to the Animancy hearings. Maybe a bit of a slow episode with a lot of conversations, so I apologize if it's boring you. Hey, our west wall's finally done. What should we do? I guess there is nothing left to do except Bright Hollow. So this will only take a handful of days.
Hey.
They shall see nothing while
Kind of
I
hoping I
see
get some more
much.
adventures, though. Okay, the upper floor. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible knights, stiff in their noisy armor, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of the House Dominal, casual, watching with a predator's interest. Still elsewhere are the ramshackle dozens, who have made no special effort to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in their academic robes, with expressions either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you Animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
Ramir de Barask is originally from Palminia. He's one of the finest minds in Animancy to come out of the Valian Republics. He left for Defiance Bay 5 years ago, because he believed this was the true heart of Animancy research.
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more! Animancy goes, or this country goes!
So you admit, Master Barask, that Animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was?
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
The experiment failed, yes, but his work...
Ah, our new delegate from House Dominel. What makes you say sabotage?
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
I think I'm going to go with yes, he is. Kaidman Azo's ambitions exceeded his ethics. Yep, good. At least someone agrees with me.
Exactly! Look at what happened in Heritage Hill. Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves!
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justisher! You turn a blind eye, and look what happens.
Okay, I can very strongly say the knights are blameless, or I can just more casually. Since I'm not aligned with them, I think I will more casually say this.
You've some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath. I had heard whispers of a new delegate set to attend today's hearing. I admit that your candor was mentioned more than once. Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill. Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of Animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
Huh. I don't know that I want to keep blaming Animancy, but I don't know that I want to give away this info either. Let out my hand about the letting key, especially in a public setting.
Animancy has many enemies. You need only look around this room to see it.
You're missing the point! Everywhere there's Animancers, there's disaster! We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge! It's about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son, my wife let him slip when she was bathing him. Got water in his lungs he couldn't cough up. My daughter, we put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This Hollowborn thing, it ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker!
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's Animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
This is pretty cool. I have seen them in the ruins of Ire Glanfith, operating machines that disrupt and redirect the flow of souls near towns like Gildenvale and Deerford, where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
If he did for your husband's sake, I hope he at least left a brothel unlocked. Let's be rational. If, as the Duke says, no theory has more proof than any other, what is the harm? I like being rational.
You must know, friend, that the Leaden Key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
What's more likely, that the gods are destroying Deerwood for a science practiced in many parts of the world, or that a group of people hate Animancy and want it suppressed? I may have Honest 3, but I have like Deception 2 as well, so let's continue with our rational line of thought.
Another guess! Throw him out on his ass, Your Grace! He's wasting our time!
Shall I tell you that? Okay, well we're Okay, Mechanics 5 is an interesting way to put it. Shall I tell you then of the robes these people wore, of the runes inscribed in a dead language, swearing an oath to Wadaka to seal knowledge with the key of lead? Sound like children to you. I like Mechanics 5.
I don't know about all of this.
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
Well, clearly we have to represent House Dominal's interests.
It is very good to see House Dominel putting their considerable resources to use in solving this matter in which we all have a stake. But these hearings are about more than Widewind's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious, what would you do if you were in my position?
Hmm. I'm a bit of a libertarian at heart, so not a fan of number 3. But I find number 2 to be a very rational choice. So we're going to continue attempting to increase rationality. Ah, somebody approves. That's nice.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. I want to thank the delegations for helping me collect my thoughts. The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement. Ramir de Barash, representing the interests of animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
The arguments for and against Animancy are both strong in their own way. I must be careful in my judgment.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What's he doing?
No, wait!
Stop this! At once!
Well, that went horribly
I've given
wrong.
you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you?
Is that Tails? That can't be Tails.
Another time. I am already late.
Maybe it is. And who just fell down there? Is that me? Well, maybe it was me.
Shall I end it for you?
It was Tails. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel overlooking the great stone maw. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottoms of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks like a melted candle wax, black and red and seeping, and the angle of her back suggests a spine in ruins. Yet for all that, her expression betrays a little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
Dominion of the Sleepers. You open your eyes to the beam ceiling of the palace grand entry hall. The claims of metal striking metal wafting from alongside the cries of the injured. You stagger to your feet. Theos is gone. The Grave Mother hovers over you with wide eyes. We are surrounded by spirits of rage and fear. We must flee. Off to one side, you can hear the clinking rustle of chainmail, and you look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He is trying to say something, seemingly directed at you, but at first it is too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Lady Webb. She's the only. She must be told. She'll know what to do. Please, find her. Tell her everything. The guard passes out and slides to the floor still. Okay, so
I'll see what I can find.
let's loot. Yay, we can steal because no one's around. And let's take care of this quest. I was just asking for quests. The colorful clothing of the Spirentan weaver Bonacetta is known throughout the Eastern Reach. Over a year ago, she was on a trip to Defiance Bay when her ship sank in a violent storm just off the Pearl Coast. Miraculously, many of the passengers survived. Bonacetta's body was never found, and she was presumed to have died. However, a Valian merchant in Defiance Bay recently recognized some of Bonacetta's unmistakable work in an otherwise unremarkable shipment of textiles. He spoke with others and learned that several shipments to different merchants bore the same telltale patterns. Now many merchants believe that Bonacetta is being held captive somewhere and is trying to communicate through her work. Whatever the message is, none have been able to decipher it nor where it's coming from. The Weaver's Song. Well, this seems like a mission for someone with high lore. They've got to maybe decipher a secret code. And these guys are island people, right? So he might be more familiar with boats than either of them. So we'll do Kana. It's only a 2-turn. I do, I probably shouldn't have been doing Endless Paths of Odd Nua without him. I probably better pick him up before I go back down there. So see, now it says recall, but if I exit, come back in, oops, I'm sorry, here, now it says assign. It's a frustrating bug.
Hey. All right, then.
Okay, we're going to come back and just loot through the palace real quick. Okay, let's talk to the records keeper.
Hey.
Get out while you can. All right. I'm not really feeling a sense of urgency here, but let's go ahead and quick save before we exit, because I want to go explore.
Of course.
Damn. I guess there's nothing to explore. What about you, Sidley? Will you talk to me? Don't go out there. There's rioting in the streets. Okay. So let's go out the side door.
Laying low.
Oh, interesting. The whole zone has changed. Okay, I'm going to quick save again, right out here.
All right, then.
We need to get down here. Actually, let's talk to this mercenary. Nope.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm going to experiment. I have saved up there. I'm going to try to protect this Animancer and attack the commoner and see if I lose rep. Yep, I lose rep. Okay, we're going to go back. And do experiment there.
Hey.
So I guess I don't really see any reason to sneak. I can totally crush these peasant commoners. Do I want to sit and watch them kill this Animancer or just rush? I think I'll watch. Cool. You guys are so mean. I mean, should I help? They're all friendly, so I think I'll get in trouble if I do. Tell if anyone's... Oh yeah, people are dying. Oh, maybe not. I think they might have coded it just to last forever. I want to explore before I go into the house, just because this is kind of cool. I don't want to miss out on all the hard work the developers put in. Okay, looks like they only really filled in the path with protesters. The main path, that is. Oh no, they are dying. Well, this group is, anyway.
Hey.
Alright, we'll head to House Domino. Or to, what's going on? Huh, I don't know what I heard there. To House Hadrit. That is. Oh, I can hear them fighting even though they're not on the map. That's what's going on. How do I get through here? Wait, where's... Oh, I'm in the wrong zone. I needed to exit. So I guess that means to Copper Lane. Okay. Oh no, I can come down here through Brackenberry. To House Hadrit. I guess some of them are dying, just very slowly. I wonder if rioting's going on in every zone? Or just that one? Oh, okay, it doesn't bring up the world map anymore. Animancer's Boots. Minor Spellbind, Jolting. Well, that's cool.
Hey.
Let's read that again. Jolting Touch, 3 per rest, 3 damage reduction to shock. Awesome. Well, I mean, I have so many plus stealth items, but only rogues can wear that. So for lore, we'll just keep that there. But what do you have, Bob Pallegina? Endurance and athletics. I mean, this would be better on someone who's in melee range a lot. So it really seems, but yeah, I mean, these boots are doing nothing for him. It's just a bummer that I can't put them on anyone else. Okay.
Hey.
Wow. I just burned down the sanitarium. Guess I'm not finishing any quests I had left there. Hope I didn't have anything left there. Whoa, whoa, what's going on here? Who's killing House Hadrit? I'll take this opportunity to loot everything I couldn't before.
And what does the flame reveal?
Hey.
Yoink. Looted. Looted. Loots. Lutefisk. That was totally worth like the 50 copper I just made. I hope she's not dead.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Hey. Hey.
Oh, she's dead.
Thoughts will be as silent
Alright.
as my feet.
Before we talk, let's loot. Well, a better quick save. It shouldn't count as stealing. Nobody can see
Hey.
me.
Hey.
Lady Webb lies still in her bed, an ornate cushion propping her back upright. The blood pooled beneath a gash in her chest is tacky and nearly dry. A shattered glass rests on the floor beneath her dangling hand. You can feel the faint aura of her fading essence in your ken. Reach out for it. You make contact and are immersed in a torrent of sensory input and experience. When it calms, you find yourself in the same room, lying in bed with a glass of brandy in your hand. Through the walls from the streets outside come the sounds of screams and shattering glass and the cacophony of an angry mob. You take a sip and it warms your gullet. Gullet? Really? Who says that? Say belly or something. Across the room, the door opens behind a patient, steady. Across the room, the door opens behind a patient, steady push. Into the room walks Theos, the floorboards creaking beneath deliberate steps. You wait until the last of the brandy has trickled down your throat before you speak.
I was a fool to think I could tame these people.
Thank you, Lady Webb. I will let you speak.
You came closer than most.
A fine epitaph.
No worse than any.
What's in Twin Elms?
Did you pull that from my thoughts?
I've had time to practice.
Ah.
I was saving that for someone.
Pity. You know this is how it has to be.
I hope you didn't drink my brandy. Yep, achievement unlocked, completed Act 2. Probably won't show up on the recording stream because of the way my software captures the game.
Smoke rises above the city walls in billowing plumes that blacken the sky like a storm. Behind the walls, the riots rage on. Known patrons of Animancy are forced into hiding as looters ransack their estates and make off with their possessions. Animancers are torn away from their families and dragged from their homes to be stoned to death in the streets. Word had spread immediately that Duke Avar had been assassinated, and that an Animancer was to blame. The city wasted little time in exacting revenge, and little effort into evaluating guilt. In the center of it all, Brackenberry Sanitarium burned. And down the lane, Hodred House, the last bastion of stability in the Deerwood, had fallen silent. Now safely outside the city gate, Your path points eastward to Twin Elms, where Theos is bound, for reasons that remain mysterious as the Leaden Key itself.
Interesting. I wonder how the city has changed. Okay, so I've left the city. Travel to Twin Elms. I want to go back to the city. Let's take a look here. Well, I mean, I could spend 6,000 for a little Twin Elms quest experience, I think, or reputation. That's my hope. Rational is still only at 3. Kind of hoping I can get that to 4. Been a while since I looked at these statistics. Most powerful enemies: Eder, Sellsword, Pallegina, Golpak Paladin, Taz, Kael the Silent. Nice. Griffin Mother, Marshal Wenfeld. Ha. Most time in party, Aloth, 1 month. Most enemies defeated, Taz. Most damage done, Aloth. Not surprising, he's my mage. Highest single target damage, Taz, from his finishing blows. Most crits. Durance, because of his AoE spells. Most damage taken, Eder, yes. Eder is a beast with his regen. Most times knocked out, Taz. Yes, not surprising. He's kind of a glass cannon.
Hey.
Well, I'm going to go explore real quick before we end this episode. I would like to go... Oh, can I not go back into the city?
All right, then.
Is the city off limits now? What? No. Really? I can't even go back and buy stuff like that healing ring? Is that really going on? Okay, well, let's try to get back into the city by exiting the zone this way. What are you doing? What?
Please stop. I need to tell you something. I have not been entirely honest about my motives for traveling with you up to this point. When I finished my training in Adir, I was introduced to an organization. All I knew was that they were opposed to the unchecked spread of Animancy, and that they could guarantee me postings far away from the Seathwood my father and his Earl. At that time, it was enough. In the early years, I thought of them as many things. Hooded men, prudent teachers, the Leaden Key.
What?
Their rules were strict, but their guidance was clear. I sincerely believe they wanted to keep Kith from the folly of their own foolish ambitions. I came to the Deerwood a little over a year ago. My orders were to gather information on Animancy in the region. A senior contact met with me every few months to receive my reports and issue new leads. She sent me to Gilded Vale to keep an eye on events surrounding the local lord, but I lost track of her shortly after that. I don't know if she was reassigned, killed, or sacrificed, the way you saw. At the time you met me, I'd been on my own for a couple of months. I couldn't have. I'd been out of contact with my superiors for months. I needed some kind of direction. And after that scrape with the locals, I was ready to get out of town. But then you mentioned that you'd survived that Beowick. And I thought you might be able to put me back on the Leaden Key's trail. And I was correct in a way. What we found wasn't what I expected. I knew the Leaden Key was trying to stop Animancy, but I didn't realize how far they'd gone. Murder, sabotage, abandoning entire districts to shambling horrors. And now the whole city is up in flames. I'm still not sure about Animancy, but I know I've been following the wrong master. Please, accept my apology, and my service. Let me fight with you to stop Thea.
And what do you really expect us to do with this too-late confession? Trust you on your word?
With all your supposed extra senses, you let this happen? How like a watcher to miss what's right in front of his eyes because he's too busy mancing in the ether. Yeah, I'm no one's master.
That would be an honor.
Oops. Okay. All right. Can't have Eder go, or Aleth go. He's my only mage. I need his damage output. Okay, can we get back into the city? No, we're permanently locked out. What? Well, if I had known that was going to happen, I would have, like, picked up more camping supplies or something. Bought some stuff. I wonder if I can come back. I hope I can come back. Well, how do we get to Twin Elms? I guess we have to go to Stormwall Gorge and cross the river, which I'm not yet sure how to do.
If secrets whisper.
Well, that looks kind of different. Maybe the letting key activated it. Or maybe just because it's night. Nope. The Audra disc is there. So we can go down, and we probably can exit the zone. So before we go down, let's go explore the rest of the zone. Oh, hey.
Would you look at this?
Oh, lame. Get all excited from secret passages, and it's like 50 copper.
Keeping an eye out.
Come on, Palagina. What are you doing? Damn it.
I'm ready.
Hey,
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Yep. Water levels have gone down everywhere. Whoa, what's going on? He arrives at last. Stoic. Good. I'm glad that made her mad. So I think we still want to kill the wizard before the chanter. Let's get armor up as soon as we can. Okay. Let's see what our chances are with a... we don't know. It would be kind of nice to lock this fighter down with a bit of mind control, so let's give it a shot. I think I want to do the burst damage on him. Let's bring you forward. And is that everyone? Palagina. We'll see how that works out.
Hey.
Nah, let's not cast that because he's going to get the spell. He's going to get the spell off first, rather. Let's just have her bum rush it. Let's go ahead, iconic projection. Oops. Iconic projection. Let's learn to click here to select. Oh, she did get it off. Nice. Let's go ahead and just start casting. Yeah, letting key fighter. Nice. Okay. Let's burst him down. Awesome. Let's go for the chanter next. And burst him down. A little bit of burst. Right, because I have so many spells now, it brings it up. Dominion of the Sleepers. The Watcher peers into the sleeping memories of previous lives, drawing upon their powers to enhance all of his or her attributes. One per rest. To might, const, dex, percept, int, resolve. Wow. I'm not going to use it right now because the fight's almost over. Sweet, I get a new grimoire. I hope
Damn
there's
the ambassador. I told him there was a conspiracy. Again and again, I was ignored. Then the Duke's death, the riots, and now...
Okay, so can we go back to first fires now? Nice. Finally get some fine quality ranged weapons. Oops, I really wanted to put that all into the stash. Okay, +3 might. What is our current belt? Damage reduction. Well, he is my glass cannon. So, Pallegina, you got Constitution. I've been complaining about Amber's damage. That is one surefire way to boost it.
Hey.
Oh, I picked up the Grimoire. Hey, there is a spell for me to learn. Minor Grimoire Imprint gives the caster access to up to 3 free third or lower spells from the target's spell list. Wizard can subsequently cast these spells an unlimited number of times for the duration. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's go look at that. Still need some more level 4, but of all of these I use Essential Phantom the least. Let's take that and try out Minor Grimoire Imprint. So I could cast this, then spam Fireball just over and over and over. Sounds fun.
Hey.
My eyes are peeled.
Spotted Stelgare. This is new. Whoa, dank spores. All these formerly aquatic creatures now exposed. Swamp spore. Alright, I think... Well, we will take care of this. Alright, I think with that, we will end this episode here. As always, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.